Hello everybody and welcome to Back to the Future, the game. This is it. The big one, the one we've been waiting for all of our lives, because this is the beginning of the end, for it is the start of episode 5, Out of Time. Last time when we left off, really quickly, Marty succeeded in Operation Breakup. The ties between Emmett and Edna are no more, and he is free to pursue, last minute, scientific endeavors before the Expo. Or rather, more scientific endeavors than the mind map. And Marty's helping him, which is nice and cute. But alternate timeline Doc, the Citizen Brown timeline Doc, he's having second thoughts on the plan because he sees young Edna and he doesn't want her to have a miserable future, which will result if Marty's timeline is returned exactly the way it was. And so there was a bit of a falling out, but hopefully nothing will come of it. Anyway, new game. No thank you. Flux capacitor fluxing. Back to the Future, the game. Oh, the map! Oh my god, I'm just... Episode 5, Out of Time. I think this is my favorite pre-credit scene. It's so reminiscent of... I guess part 1 and part 3, but I'm thinking more of part 3. A little glimpse into the mind and life of our favorite mad scientist. I love how Marty sleeps.
Hello?
Marty! You're awake! Good!
Doc! Emmett, where are you?
I'm down at the Expo. I snuck out early to avoid my pop. If he knew I was about to make a publicly scientific spectacle of myself, he'd hit the roof.
Well, I understand that. I've snuck out to mysterious locations several times. Mostly to theater shows, though.
Why didn't you wake me up?
I tried to give you a nudge before I left, but you were practically comatose. How long has it been since you slept?
Aside from being knocked unconscious, I'm not really sure.
Anyway, I left you back at the lab to perform an important mission. On the table next to my law books, there's a device plugged into the wall.
I think I see it.
Is it glowing?
Yeah, is that good?
Good? It's fantastic! Glowing means my static accumulator is charged up and ready for action. Bring it down to the high school and we'll... Damn!
What?
It's Edna!
Oh no. Oh.
Okay, Emmett, one static accumulator coming up.
Thing's pretty cool looking. I'm glad you all had a productive evening. I see the algae cake truck is still here. Whoa! That was intentional.
Jeez, Doc, watch out, you almost ran me over.
Sorry about that, Martin. This vehicle is sometimes difficult to control.
Yeah. Hey, are you okay? After that argument about Emmett last night...
I'm fine. Thank you for asking.
Marty almost got smashed there, and it wasn't even his fault this time. He didn't run into traffic or anything. He's skating in a parking lot.
So, how are the time circuits?
Still broken. I've got a few ideas, but I'm occupied with other problems today. So is that what I'm destined to build for the Expo?
Yeah, it's a static accumulator. Emmett spent all night building it. Turned out he didn't really need to see Frankenstein after all. He just needed a little push. And some lightning.
Fascinating. I also had an epiphany last night.
Doc?
I realized that it wasn't Edna that made my life miserable.
Doc!
It
What?
was science.
No! No. That is so wrong.
You can't give up science. You love science.
Correction. My younger self loves science. But if Emmett doesn't go through with a demonstration at the Expo, his dreams of being a scientist will dim just enough for Edna to step back into his life and steer him down another path.
This is basically like killing... Basically, it's like killing yourself. You're killing all your hopes and dreams just to make this other person happy.
You can't want Emmett back with Edna. She used you to turn Hill Valley into a police state.
She used my science to turn Hill Valley into a police state.
She used
you. But if I don't become a scientist, she'll never get the chance to vent her crazy ambitions.
Another path? What other path?
I don't know. Architecture, automobile repair, taxidermy. Maybe I'll even pursue a life in law like my father always wanted.
No.
As long as Emmett steers clear of science, Edna and I will be free to be happy together.
Doc, I'm begging you. You haven't thought this through.
Haven't I? I guess we'll both find out. One thing's for sure. Emmett Brown's life will be a whole lot less complicated without a time machine in it.
No.
No.
Ah! Oh. What the hell? Where'd it go?
Oh, things got power. Forget about where it went. Where did Doc go? He's the one that's less predictable.
Oh, come on.
It's taunting us now.
Here, little static thingy. I can't reach it.
It's a good thing you're very, very strong, Brody, which we learned last episode. Or we had confirmed last episode.
I can't reach it.
I'm trying.
Gotcha!
I want to see Marty on Ninja Warrior. He'd nail it. Man's got arm strength. Especially for a guy that sleeps on his arms. Wakes up every morning with them dead.
The future is coming today. There's a shiny new tomorrow on the way. A day of invention is at hand. It's a mystic, futuristic wonderland. Just around the bend, my friend, you'll see a dream or two. If you care to dream and dare to dream, your dreams can all come true. There's a world of wondrous wonder on display, because the future is coming today.
Not bad, eh? Not bad at all, but I thought you fired her.
Oh, yeah!
I found a loophole.
What kind of loophole?
Just a loophole. You're not the only one who's allowed to have secrets, you know.
All right.
Say, don't you have to get that whatchamacallit to Emmett Brown's booth?
Huh? Oh, yeah, right.
Because the future is coming. It's almost here now. The future is coming. It's getting clear now. The future is coming today.
Bravo! I was so distracted by her awesome song that I totally forgot that she was fired. But...
Hey, Artie, what do you think? Quite a setup, huh?
That's
The
nice.
Expo? Sure, but I was wondering. Come on, you can tell me. How did you manage to get Trixie her job back? I thought her being Canadian was a deal breaker.
If something's really important to you, you find a way. You ought to know that.
That's right.
You haven't seen Emmett Brown, have you?
Isn't he at his booth? It's the tall one over there.
Dude, this place is awesome. I would love to hang out at this expo.
See you around.
Professor Fingal's algae cakes. Of course you'd be in charge of this.
How about an algae cake?
Sure thing, mister.
Wait a minute. You're the guy that makes the algae cakes? But I thought you couldn't stand them.
Hey, you're the guy that tried to pick up on my unit.
Oh.
Oh, for the love of...
No algae cakes for you. buster.
No soup for you.
How about an algae cake?
One algae cake coming right ahead. Hey, wait a minute. It's you. Forget it, mister.
I don't want your green chips anyway. What do we have?
Don't fade out on me, Dad. I'll be home soon. I hope.
I hope so too. I see Marty's cleaned out his pockets since last night.
Bedlam at Brown divorce hearing. Wife takes potshot at estranged hubby, famed industrialist Emmett Brown. I don't believe it. He's still fated to marry her.
Why don't we just show alternate Doc this paper? Although I guess in his current state it wouldn't mean anything. I mean, she attempted to brainwash him and he still wants to be with her in the end, apparently. So, who knows what his mental state is right now.
Emmett's static accumulator. I gotta get this to Emmett, but first, I gotta get Emmett.
Oh, we'll find him. We're just making our way over there. There's a lot of things to see here. That's silly. Hello, sir.
Excuse me, Mr.
Duto, Jacques Duto, at your service.
Jacques Duteau, famous diver. So you're some kind of celebrity?
I do not like to brag, but I have a small following here.
I guess people are always bugging you for autographs, huh? Asking you to tell them stories about your adventures and stuff.
It gets a bit old, but I can always retreat to the depths. The fish are much less demanding.
I get that.
Could I get a ride in that bathysphere?
Certainement, if you've got a ticket.
We'll have to get tickets later.
See you around.
Yeah, just walk right up to the controls, Marty.
Those look like the controls to raise and lower the whatchamacallit.
The bathysphere.
It's some kind of deep-sea diving thingy.
It's very cool.
Insert ticket to enter.
You are going to need a ticket.
Like he just told you, Marty.
Enlightenment awaits you under the sea.
That's cute. Chronometric clock.
I think that's supposed to be a clock.
Well, it's a good thing you can read, Marty. Anyway, what is she doing by Emmett's booth?
And here he comes, right on cue. No doubt he'll try to talk you out of it, Detective, but you mustn't let your resolution waver.
Hello, Callahan.
What's going on here?
Well, Miss Strickland here seems to think,
You should step aside and let the officer do his duty. Now.
What? What? What is this?
Wait a minute, that's Emmett's levitator up there.
Oh, don't be so modest. I'd say you deserve at least half the credit. It was you who tricked poor Emmett into breaking up with me. It was you who manipulated him into dropping my project in favor of this clear hazard to public safety.
I thought it was his project, Edna.
The electrokinetic levitator was Emmett's idea. I just helped. What's your point?
Oh, I think you know exactly what my point is. Emmett's invention isn't going to work, is it? At least not the way poor Emmett thinks it is.
how do you know this?
I had a very interesting chat with Carl Sagan last night. I found out who Harry Callahan really is, and where he comes from.
Oh, really?
Is there something you want to tell me, Harry?
Why don't you call him by his real name? Yakov Smirnov.
What?
Thanks a lot, Doc.
An anarchist! A foreign agitator bent on sowing chaos and destruction in the Hill Valley Expo!
Annie, you don't believe any of this bullshit, do you?
Sorry, Yakov,
Aw.
but I really don't have a choice.
Very good. And now, arrest this subversive.
Come here.
Danny's tired of her.
Look, here's the thing. I happen to believe this dame's got a screw loose, but she's been getting some clout in town ever since that business with Kid Tannen.
But Emmett's gotta fly that electrokinetic levitator at this demo. His whole future depends on it.
And my future depends on making sure he doesn't. The chief reads her column religiously. And, well, if I don't do what she says, she's gonna start a campaign to have certain tainted officers removed from the force.
Isn't there anything I can do?
Not unless you've got some dirt on Edna. Something that'll discredit her in the eyes of the law.
Well, time to be on the lookout.
I'll dig something up.
You do that. In the meantime, you and young Mr. Brown better... where is he anyway?
Wait, you haven't seen him?
Emmett? Has this foreign radical done something to my Emmett?
Oh, quit being
Maybe you
racist.
should find him.
Oh, you're letting him go? This radical subversive? Just like that?
Okay, so I gotta find Emmett. And do something about Edna.
Two very important things that we only have a limited time to do. It's kind of amazing to me that they built this entire thing. It had to have been overnight, because yesterday he was gonna just build a mind map machine. I forget the full title of it. I'm sorry. But so yeah, that would not have required a giant ramp or stairs. And so they had to have built this overnight. Good job, workers of Hill Valley.
Emmett's gonna fly his electrokinetic levitator, and he's gonna do it today.
Yeah, you keep those positive thoughts.
I can't believe Danny let himself get bullied into shutting down Emmett's booth.
Well, at least we got some names ahead
Come
of
on,
us.
Emmett, where are you?
Well, at least we have some names ahead of us. Hi, Trix.
Hi, Trixie.
That's Techne to you, kiddo.
Right. Congratulations on getting the old job back.
Thanks. Justice triumphs in the end, you know? Now what can I do you for?
It sure did.
So, which exhibits do you recommend?
The most popular attractions are the Glass House, the Future Furnishings, and of course, Enlightenment Under the Sea. You know who that is under the diving helmet? That's Jacques Duteau himself. Of course, you need to get tickets if you want to see the main attractions.
How much are tickets?
Aw, put your money away. Here.
Aw.
We're kinda like family now, you know?
Thanks.
I've always liked you, Trixie.
You seen Emmett around? I'm kinda worried that he's not at his booth.
Let me think. Yeah. He wandered down that way a little while ago. He was talking real intense with another guy.
Uh-oh.
Older guy? Looked a lot like Emmett in the face?
Yeah. Uncle or something?
Or something.
That's very, very, very not good. That's very bad.
Look, Emmett's demonstration has hit a snag or two. Can you delay his act for a while? Let someone else go before him?
Sorry, I don't set the roster, and they won't let me change it. I can drag my feet a little, but if your friend's not ready to go on pretty soon, we might have to skip his act. I mean, demonstration.
But you can't.
Hey, it's just a science demo. It ain't a matter of life and death.
Not to you.
What time is Emmett supposed to go on?
Let's see, 8 kilobeats past 50. We're on metric time here at the Hill Valley Expo.
I'm impressed.
Edna Strickland is trying to get Emmett's booth shut down.
That dame don't know how to mind her own business, does she?
Nope.
Is there anything you can do to get Emmett's booth open again?
I wish there was, but I'm just a muse. All we can do is inspire people.
Aw, you're more than that.
Okay, you're a muse. Can you inspire me an idea?
I'll try. Well?
Maybe it doesn't take effect right away.
Aw.
Already told me how you managed to get your old job back.
He did? But it was supposed to be a secret.
There's no secrets between us. He couldn't resist telling such a good story.
Yeah?
Still, I'd like to hear it again, from your point of view.
He didn't tell you anything.
Clever girl.
Come on, Trixie. I'm dying to know how you got the job back.
You won't hear it from me. I don't talk out of turn.
Thanks.
Happy to help.
I love you, Trixie. You're awesome.
I'm glad Trixie got her old job back. I wonder how she managed it.
Well, maybe we'll find out later.
Are you ready for a picture radio? Wonder if that's anything like MTV.
what's this? Law enforcement.
Now, there was...
A potted plant? What's this got to do with law enforcement? A potted plant? What's this got to do with law enforcement?
Cool.
It's a bug.
No, a plant. It's got a wire recorder hidden inside, see? If we could have got one of these into Tannen's speakeasy, and if he's the kind of guy who talks to plants, we could have busted him a lot earlier.
I'll never get tired of those wordplay jokes. Never. The evolution of...
Hello, Smirnoff.
The evolution of language.
The electro pacifier.
Amazing, isn't it? They say one day we'll be able to stun fleeing criminals by shocking them at a distance.
Does it work?
Nah, it's just a model.
Well, let's talk to you two.
Hey, Danny, could I have a word with you?
Comrade Smirnoff, come to turn yourself in?
Bite me, Edna.
In private?
With pleasure.
Oh, he is so done with her.
You've got to let Emmett demonstrate his invention. His whole future depends on it.
Well, I'd love to, kid, but Miss Strickland thinks it's dangerous. Unless you've got something on her, her word is pretty much law.
Any idea where Emmett is?
Well, he was working over by his booth, but by the time Edna got done haranguing me, he was gone. I hope he comes back soon so we can get this mess cleared up.
I hope so, too.
What's a newly promoted detective like you doing hanging out at a science expo anyway?
Are you kidding me? This is a great assignment. I get to sit around all day playing with nifty new crime-fighting gadgets, like this.
It does sound fun.
What does that do?
Hell if I know.
Oh, what a great gig.
Since when does anyone in Hill Valley listen to what Edna has to say?
Ever since she helped take down Kid Tannen, she's had the mayor and the city council eating out of her hand. I'd be an idiot to ignore her, especially with my, alcohol-heavy background. Boy, I wish I could catch her jaywalking or something. I'd throw the book at her. Yeah, but you never catch a dame like that breaking the law, darn it.
Yeah, I understand his plight. Mari, don't lie to the man.
You haven't seen Carl Sagan around here, have you?
Nah.
Isn't he still a wanted man?
Nah. All those arson charges got dropped weeks ago. Judge Brown said there wasn't enough evidence for a trial.
You know how you said you'd defy Edna if I could dig up some dirt on her?
Yeah? You got some?
She kidnapped a friend of mine and she tried to erase his brain.
That's terrible. But when did this happen?
In, the future.
Stick to the facts, kid. I have enough people come to me with cock and bull stories.
Marty, that's fair. You can't really blame him.
Thanks. I'll be back.
Oh, I hope so. You've got to get this albatross off my neck.
Well, did you put the screws to him? Did he confess?
Hey, Edna.
Well, speak of the devil.
Yeah, want to talk to the devil?
Danny, can I talk to Edna for a minute?
Be my guest. I'd like a couple minutes of quiet.
What's this about?
What'd you do with Emmett, Edna?
What are you talking about? You're the one who's trying to ruin his life.
Believe it or not, I'm the one trying to save it.
From what?
From you, mostly.
Wow. I love how blunt Marty is.
You really don't know where Emmett is?
I haven't the foggiest. If he's smart, he's run far away from whatever dangerous shenanigans you talked him into perpetrating today.
Shenanigans?
I do like that word.
Why are you still involved in Emmett's life? I thought you broke up with him.
I did, but then your friend Mr. Sagan told me about your scheme to interfere with our romance. Not a very nice thing to do, Comrade Smirnoff.
You don't really think Emmett's gonna want you back after you crushed his heart and tried to stop his demonstration at the Expo, do you?
Not at first, no. But eventually he'll realize I've got his best interests at heart, and he'll come running back to me like one of those dogs he loves so much.
I hope
You
not.
hate dogs.
Yes, ironic, isn't it?
Wow, she is an awful, awful woman.
Have you seen Mr. Sagan around here anywhere?
No, and I wouldn't tell you if I had. He's more than a little scared of your anarchistic tendencies.
What?
Did you see? Trixie Trotter got her old job back.
Oh, I know! I tried to have it out with Arthur McFly, but he refuses to explain himself. Apparently, he discovered some sort of loophole that allows that Canadian to retain her position. Well, the Ladies' Decency Society shall hear about this. Make no mistake.
She's just prejudiced against everybody.
Why is Parker so willing to do your bidding?
Well, the good detective knows that he owes his current rise through the ranks to my reporting on his behalf.
Oh.
He also knows that I could just as easily pen an expose about his previous nights of drunken debauchery and evidence tampering.
You're blackmailing him?
Reporters don't blackmail, Mr. Smirnoff. We look out for the public interest.
Yeah. Bull.
I know your deep, dark secret.
Secret? What secret?
Well, based on that expression, she has one, so at least we're not fighting. Or we're not searching for something that doesn't exist.
You're ruthless, manipulative, and power-hungry.
In the service of a higher cause, one sometimes has to stoop to low tactics. But I'm sure you already know that, Comrade Yakov.
Marty, you know I don't like her, but that was a fair hit.
Okay, this is pointless. I've got to find Emmett.
Stay away from him, you anarchist hooligan.
Here's that hooligan again. Alright, well, next time we will continue our search for Emmett and dirt on Edna. This is Zoe, Punxsutawn, saying make it like a tree, and get out of here.
Let's hear it for the dreamers who never stop believing. One grain of sand becomes a pearl. A great idea can change the world.